Hi, we're Pam and Gilbert from Two Bikes for Adventure. We've been cycling the world without giving up our day job since 1993. We recently cycled the Vélodyssée trail in France, and we'll give you some background on how we decide where to go, using this most recent trip as an example. Bear in mind that this is not spur-of-the-moment traveling. We start planning at least several weeks in advance. We have 5 main criteria to consider when choosing a destination. One is the typical weather forecast for the area. Ideally, we'll avoid rainy season. We can handle a few wet days, but several days in a row of unrelenting rain can be grim, especially if the temperatures are low. Anything below about 15 degrees Celsius is uncomfortable when combined with rain. If it's dry, we can handle somewhat around 10 degrees in the mornings, as long as the day gradually gets warmer. We start the day with a few layers of clothing and shed them as we warm up. Of course, the other extreme is temperatures above 30 degrees. We may welcome rain in these circumstances, but if there's a cooler, drier season, we'll choose to travel then. For the Vélodyssée in September to early October, temperatures range between 7 degrees and 27 degrees, with no more than moderate rain. We were lucky with only 2 days of steady rain and intermittent showers on a few other occasions. Another important factor for us is elevation gain on the route. We do not blame our little wheels for our challenges with uphill cycling. We started cycling on road bikes, and we were usually the last to the top even then. So we look for trails that are not extreme. An occasional steep incline can be trudged, but we like gradually rolling hills where we can gain momentum on the downhill to help power us up the next hill. While we admit that constantly flat roads can become monotonous, we never refuse a former canal towpath or rails to trails. The Vélodyssée combined all of these. Our trips always have a goal. We want to, for example, accomplish a journey which may be from one city to another, or cover part of a long-distance trail like an Eurovelo route, or cycle the length of a country such as South Korea. The Vélodyssée starts at a port on the Brittany coast and continues to the Côte Basque and the border with Spain. Our goal for this journey was to traverse France. Cycling infrastructure is something else we consider. It's lovely to travel along a quiet country road bordered by vineyards. It's less fun to cycle along a busy highway with no shoulder. Separate bike trails are our preference, although we expect to share the road with traffic at least part of each day. We've had some scary encounters with vehicles in the not-so-distant past, and we know now not to trust an official-sounding trail name like East Coast Greenway to be bike-friendly. Now we give priority to no and low-traffic routes. We've traveled along several Eurovelo routes and have learned that in many countries, these trails are well within maximum traffic and speed limits. The Vélodyssée is part of Eurovelo 1, the Atlantic Coast route, and France is a big supporter of cycling infrastructure. Also, in general, motorists in Western Europe are respectful of cycle traffic. We are cost-conscious, and every night we stay sous la couette, meaning in a warm, dry bed in a hotel, B&B, or other accommodation. We need to ensure that there are reasonably placed rooms along our route at distances that are practical for our abilities and preferences. As part of our pre-planning, we create a draft itinerary. Then we check a hotel booking site to confirm that we can find rooms within our preferred daily distance and price range. Our travels sometimes require airline flights, so we adjust our start and end dates to find the best price. In France, September is a shoulder season, and there was no trouble staying within our budget. Taking these criteria into consideration, weather, elevation gain, goal, infrastructure, and cost, makes cycle touring not only much more comfortable, but also means we look forward to doing more cycling trips in the future. We'll provide more details on how we research, plan, prepare, and pack for our trips in future videos. We hope our touring videos give you some idea of how much fun it is to travel by bike.